Everything non-baseball related, everything you don't see on the field, somebody else has to handle it. And that's getting from A to B, all things included, hotel, flight, dinner reservations, you name it, somebody's got to be doing it. So I take a lot of pride in being the guy in charge of everything non-baseball related.
We'll have more after this on the Tigers Radio Network.
Detroit Tigers baseball.
Brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Ready to help.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Mornings are tough. At Bigby, we know our coffee and other delicious drinks are a great way to get ready to face the day. But you're listening to the radio, and we can't serve coffee on the radio, but we can serve affirmations. That PowerPoint won't know what hit it. Great lane change. Oh, look at that fit. Feeling great yet? Come visit Bigby, and we'll make it even better with a signature latte. Bigby makes it better.
Hi, Matt Garco here with Bill Brown Ford. Metro Detroit has a lot of winning teams, and our team at Bill Brown Ford is no different. We have been the #1 Ford dealer in the country for 4 years and counting. When you work with Bill Brown Ford, you will always work with the same sales professional from start to finish, which takes the stress out of buying your new Ford. Our team has so many 5-star reviews that we've lost count. Buy or lease your next Ford from the winning team at Bill Brown Ford, or visit us online at BillBrownFord.com.
#1 Ford dealers based on Ford's new total retail sales reports for 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024.
Swing, there's a drive to left. That one is long.
126 years of baseball tradition continues.
And it's gone, a home run.
Brought to you by Sam Bernstein Law, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, Corwell Health, Fago, The D Las Vegas, Northville Lumber, Feiger Law, Comerica, McLaren Health, Wallside Windows, Rocket.
It's the great mascot race. Here we go. And they're off. They're neck and neck. Look at them go. The crowd is going wild. It's the home stretch. Who will win? It's the play at the plate. It's the Pirate Parrot. Congratulations on winning the great mascot race.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive! Superman hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game, the pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue, Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
He's a walking history book.
It's ridiculous what he does.
1-0. Crack to deep center field. Varsho going back as far as he can go. And Legaliers has a grand slam. 6-2 A's. Shea's 3rd home run of the series is a grand slam. And they have blown this game wide open.
And in grand fashion.
Athletics here in Sacramento, an A's team that is struggling mightily right now, and we will see the debut of Max Clark, one of the top prospects in all of baseball going into this season. Quiet start at AAA. It has not been a quiet last month and a half for Max Clark. He has been on fire, and we can't wait to see the impact that young man makes on this team starting tonight. The lineups are being exchanged at home plate. The good friends Mark Kotze and A.J. Hinch exchanging the lineups. Let's take a look at the details with Dan.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Comerica Bank. Want to elevate your small business? Visit Comerica.com/succeed to learn how. For the Tigers, leading off at third base, Kevin McGonigal. Batting second, the designated hitter, Gleyber Torres. Batting third and doing the catching, Dylan Dingler. Batting fourth in left field, Riley Green. Batting fifth at second base, Hao Yu Lee. Batting sixth at first base, Spencer Torkelson. Batting seventh in center field and making his major league debut, Max Clark. Batting eighth at shortstop, Javier Baez. And batting ninth in right field, Ben Malgiri. For the Athletics, leading off at first base, Nick Kurtz. Batting second, the designated hitter, Jacob Wilson. Batting third and doing the catch.
Driven deep to left field. Going back, Ramos. Track, wall, see ya! A home run for Giancarlo Stanton. And the Yankees lead 3-0.
Got a lot of giddy up on it. Hey now!
Bludgeoned. He knew it.
It's just ridiculous upper body strength. Be able to muscle that ball.
Halfway up in the bleachers in left field. Stanton was 414.
108 miles an hour off the bat.
Big G, ringing the bell. His first homer of the season, his second RBI in as many games.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Into center field, coming on, dives ahead. He makes the catch, got a double play. He throws into second to turn two. There's some gold for you right there.
Jung-Hoo Lee makes the catch. He's all over the place this afternoon.
The lead off the fifth. Dylan Cruz into the corner. A lunging catch. Okay, I see you, Dylan.
Lopez will come home. The tag, they still got him anyway. Oh, that is a great play by Liam Hicks behind the plate.
De La Cruz is over, and he jumps, and he makes the catch. He got to a spot, reeled it in.
That's a laser to short, and a beautiful grab by Velasquez.
Albies over to first. Pete Alonso smothers it and floats it accurately. Gets a point and a head nod.
Great play, Kreidler. The pick, the pop, throws him out with a scoop and saved by Lewis. Right field, Suzuki back, and Seiya makes the catch.
System of the Detroit Tigers. First inning brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. Athletics have lost 26 of their last 33. They are 7-26 after a 38-38 start to the season. The Tigers, they're 45-64 going into play tonight. The Tigers 51-58, and they now get ready to face the 33-year-old from Belmont, North Carolina, Jeffrey Springs.
Yeah, as you said, the Tigers beat him up back on July 8th at Comerica Park. He lasted just 4 1/3 innings, allowing 6 runs on 6 hits, 2 of which were home runs. 3 main pitches, the 4-seam slider and changeup, while throwing an occasional sweeper and cutter. 21 of the 27 home run Springs has given up have come by right-handed hitters.
Kevin McGonigal in the leadoff spot. As you heard Dan read the lineup, Max Clark will debut in the 7th spot. Pretty good chance he'll be higher than that as his career goes along. McGonigal digs in, hitting .285. Torres and Dingler to follow the first pitch. Fastball away, and we are underway here in Sacramento. So glad to have you along for the first of a 3-game series. A's have not won a series in this ballpark. Remember, they had a series in Las Vegas since April. Slider low and away. Kevin McGonigal looked like he wanted to challenge. He did not. 1 ball, 1 strike. The overall numbers for Jeffrey Springs, and we've seen him in the past with Tampa, right before he had Tommy John surgery. He's had good starts against the Tigers. McGonigal swings, fouls it out of play deep down the third base line. He comes in at 3-10. The ZRA is over 6, and 27 home runs. Yes, most of those are here at home, but he hasn't really pitched well on the road either in 104 innings. The 1-2. Fastball is up and away.
Now it just seems like pride has to take over. At this point, just saying, you know what, I'm a lot better than this. I'm a lot better than my numbers show, and I got to start living up to that.
Arms up over his head, working third base side, 2-2. Slider down and away. Tigers jumped on top in the first inning in that start in Detroit 3 weeks ago. There's a couple of walks, a single loaded the bases, and then a little flare single off the bat of Riley Green scored a run. Dylan Dingler home run in the second inning, and the Tigers are off and running. Pitch low and away, and this game will start with a walk as well.
Well, there's Kevin McGonigal just being extremely patient, too. Again, just knowing that I'm going to get a good pitch to hit. I'm going to wait it out, and I'm not going to expand the strike zone. And, again, just continues to build on those numbers of walking more than he strikes out.
This ballpark, think Coors Field, West Coast. That's how this ballpark is playing. Gleyber Torres swings, fouls it out of play. You can have a lot of success swinging early in the count. At bats where hitters swung at the first pitch against Jeffrey Springs this year have an OPS over 1,000. And when they put it in play, also over 1,000 with power. 7 home runs and just over 50 at-bats. The strike one. Swinging a little pop fly to right field, and that's going to be served out to Lawrence Butler. Just a little half cut. I think Gleyber was just trying to drop it into right field, and he hit it too hard, and Butler made the easy catch.
Yeah, I think he got out a little bit fooled on that changeup and just kind of flipped it out there into right field, trying, like you said, to doink it in there, and just did a little bit too hard out to Lawrence Butler.
So what does that mean that this ballpark plays like Coors? Well, AJ says it's the biggest factor going into this series, and you have to, as a hitter, just go ahead and get greedy against the staff that's been giving up a lot of runs, especially in this ballpark. Fastball up and in, but you have to guard against getting too big and trying to hit home runs in this very hitter-friendly ballpark.
That's a great point about changing your swings and trying to launch instead of just trusting your approach. And whatever your approach is, line drive approach, they're going to go out, but don't try to force the ball out of the ballpark.
A little flip over to first to drive Kevin McGonigal back. I like the way he put it. This ballpark rewards hard contact. Compare it to Coors Field, because Coors Field and this ballpark have separated themselves from the pack. There is no other ballpark that comes close to how hitter-friendly Coors and this ballpark are. Dingler, 2 singles and a home run against Springs in Detroit, fouls him out of play and falls behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
The other thing goes along with that is if you do try to change your swing to uppercut and launch the ball, and it affects it, what happens, the next week is it mess up your swing for a week. So you want to make sure that you keep in that same approach.
Springs balked. That will get McGonigal down to second. Well, the guy who struggled as much as he has his last 9 times, watching the replay. I didn't see what he did you?
Yeah.
Oh, just a little flinch. God, it's amazing how they see that. The 0-2. Change up away. You could see the catcher, Jonah Heim, he kind of yanked that ball back into the strike zone. Home plate umpire Adam Beck wasn't buying. Louis Kruppa, new name for us, is the first base umpire tonight. Jeremy Rehack at second, and Dan Iasonia is today's third base umpire. He's the crew chief. The 1-2. Fastball off the plate and in. Dylan took that with a lot of confidence. Tigers again knocked Springs around, got him out by the 5th inning in Detroit. 6 runs on 6 hits, 2 home runs. Dingler hit one of those home runs. The Tiger lineup, though, not full of batters who have had much success against lefties this year. Ground ball softly fouled down the third base line. And I look at it, I guess you can look at that one of 2 ways. Like Dylan Dingler had big numbers against lefties last year, just ordinary numbers this year. His damage is against righties. Same with Spencer Torkelson. They don't really have that one bat that just destroys lefties, and they had several last year.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's kind of a head scratcher. The big thing was getting Gleyber Torres over here last year, and it, really flipped the script over here last year, and it, really flipped the script.
2-2, swing and a pop-up. Playable down the first base line. Kurt, shading his eyes from the sun, will make the catch 1 step onto the grass beyond first beyond the infield dirt. Dingler pops out. McGonigal's at second, 2 outs, and that'll leave it up to Riley Green.
Well, both those balls hit to the right side. Looked like Lawrence Butler was really fighting the sun, and Nick Kurtz over at first base was really shielding his eyes too. Anything up on that right side, want to make sure that you run everything out.
Typically, the right side is the sun field at most Major League ballparks. Slider gets a swing and miss from Riley Green because home plate is almost always in the southwest corner of any given ballpark. Comerica, of course, is in the northeast corner, so left field is the sun field. And it will be a factor here. All the outfielders right now in sunshine. Slider low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Riley got off to a really nice start against lefties. He has definitely cooled against lefties, but this is not a lefty who shuts down lefties. Righties had the edge, but OPS for lefties is over 800. Third base side of the rubber, sets the 1-1. Four-seam fastball, 92 away. Didn't miss by much. The Athletics in their classic home whites. This uniform goes back to their days in Philadelphia. It hasn't changed. 3 different cities. Philadelphia to Kansas City to Oakland. Well, now 4 cities. Sacramento 2-1. Changeup misses low, 3-1. The script Athletics in the Kelly green outlined in, it's really yellow. I think they call it gold. The green caps with the yellow bills. Numbers on the lower left of the front of the uniforms and on the backs as well. The 3-1. Swing and a foul. He had a rip at a fastball, 3-2.
He knew he was going to get a fastball too. Got that 3-1 count and said, you know, I'm gonna look for a fastball. He got it, just clipped it right underneath him.
Tigers trying to take the early lead like they did in Detroit against a guy who just hasn't experienced really much of any success his last 9 starts. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a foul. Boy. Change-up and fastball both kind of right over the plate for Riley Green.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting a breaking ball there. Maybe that slider, and went to the change-up, and it just stayed up.
Again, the 3-2. Swinging a high fly ball, shallow center field. Both say the center fielder comes in to make the catch. Tigers get a runner to second base, but McGonigal is stranded there. 3 pop-ups, really. 2 to the.
So now Caglione, who flied out to shallow left his first time.
Wow. The whole crowd says wow. Way out of here. Monster home run by Jack Caglione.
Caglione hit the flag with the baseball.
He got all of it. That looked like the home run derby. Boy, that was an incredible swing and flight. 438-foot homer, 113.7 off the bat.
Holy cow, that ball was smashed.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Two-run double.
In staying up long after it sets. It's in you. Be golden. Explore more at oakland.edu.
Fox 2 is just the best.
I watch before I go to bed.
You definitely hit the local angle very good. When I watch Fox, I feel like I'm getting the whole story.
They're working for you.
McNeil grounds out to Hayu Lee. Soft little ground ball.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
There's Acuna. He lined out sharp to the left.
There's a fly ball to deep right center. Cruz going to the wall. Cruz in pursuit. He runs out of room. That's off the back wall of the bullpen. Home run by Ronald Acuna. He just knocked the dust off that thing. And for Ronald, it is his 8th homer of the year. And the Braves are on the board. It's now a 3-1 game. 421 feet. That is great to see. Coming back from the IL and down for so long with that hamstring.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Every game to a winning season. Home is where your team is, and our home is here in Detroit.
Third inning is brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. For fast service and the best price, choose Mastercraft. Then Mulgeri in the number 9 spot, and the McGonigal-Torres against the lefty Jeffrey Springs. First pitch fastball low and on the outside edge for a called strike one. Mulgeri hitting .286, has 10 for 35 in his limited major league at-bats. Put together some good at-bats. It's been mostly singles. Holds the hands low with the bat upright, well below the right shoulder. Then he cocks the bat over the shoulder as the pitch comes in. Four-seam fastball 93 for strike two. He can work in that bat, and he can hit with 2 strikes, 6 walks, 9 strikeouts in his early time with the Tigers. Big improvements offensively the last 2 years. 0-2, checked his swing, the pitch that Dan says you got to lay off of. The Tigers have done a good job so far laying off that high fastball.
Yeah, and he got into the hole 0-2 by laying off 2 just perfect pitches on the outside corner, and I don't blame him. Hopefully his patience pays off and he gets a good one.
1-2. Slider bounces up to home plate. Springs basically a kind of a 3-pitch pitcher. The fastball and just one type of fastball. Fastball, slider, changeup with the occasional sweeper and cutter. The 2-2. Changeup is his weapon, and the changeup gets Mulgeri's swing and miss. Got Lee, so he's taking the rookies to school a little bit here, Dan.
Yeah, you know, that at bat right there, I think that's one of those ones where, okay, he made 3 really tough pitches on him. 2 good four-seam fastballs on the outside corner, had him looking out there, then came back with that changeup, and it started looking like a fastball that he previously threw, and then just an off-speed changeup to get him.
Slider up and away. It's 90% slider or four-seam fastball to lefties. McGonigal worked him for a walk first time up. So did Max Clark. McGonigal went to second on a balk. He was stranded there in the first. 1-0 A's are in the third. The 1-0. Swinging a pop-up. Slices down the left field line. Soderstrom over, but that ball disappeared from our view, and we assume he didn't make the catch. I have no idea. The crowd groans, so we'll say he didn't make the catch. Today's game brought to you in part by Meyer, the official partner of the Detroit Tigers, and official partner of the Detroit Tigers. We talked about the health report last inning. Kind of bad news on Will Vest. He had surgery on his right elbow. Remember, he had a fracture in the bone by his elbow, and he had surgery to repair that fracture. And he is indeed done for the year. And we also found out he's been dealing with a hip issue. That was earlier in the year, but that will also require off-season or surgery in the coming months. McGonigal takes a pitch high, 2-1.
We just saw Will Vest last homestand too, and hey, how you doing? I'm okay. Just keeping it to close to the vest.
2-1 slider, low and outside, close. McGonigal's really had some terrific discipline in his 2 at-bats against Springs. He's worked the count to 3-1. First inning double for Jonah Heim has given the A's the lead. The 3-1 swinging a high fly ball center field. This one's deep. Bolte going back to the wall, looking up, gone. Man, the ball flies in this ballpark. Kevin McGonigal with number 10, and the Tigers tie the game at 1.
Well, I'd just love to see that home run get to double digits. But boy, Dan, you're right. That ball just kept going. It's up in the air, and the same way that Bolte went back on it. It's going, I think I got it, and then just kept going back a little bit further. It kept going and going and going. But good for Kevin McGonigal to get into that hitter's count, wait for that good pitch, and he didn't miss it.
Wow. That's incredible that ball went that far. 39 degrees off the bat. 40, I always think of it, that's basically a pop-up. And sometimes those balls go out like the straightaway right in Comerica.
Right.
Maybe 350 feet. That went 415, Dan. Off the bat, I'm like, well, that's routine. And then you realize, oh my, it's deep and it's over the fence.
And that's one that'll kind of be a little demoralizing to a pitcher, thinking that, oh, yep, I got a fly ball. Oh, no, you don't.
I mean, that's not even sniffing the warning track at Comerica Park.
No, and that's the way Bolte went back to it. He stood there kind of like, I got this, and then a couple steps back, yeah, I got this. A couple more steps back, I got this. And then just ran out of room.
Get the ball in the air. The 2-1 to Gleyber Torres. Off the plate and in. Slider has him jumping back out of the way. 3-1. That's been the predominant feature for Jeffrey Springs as his ERA just keeps climbing to well over 6 in those 9 starts that we mentioned where he has a 10 ERA, 15 home runs in 38 innings of work. Torres fouls the fastball out of play, 3-2. Today's game brought to you in part by Sam Bernstein Law Firm. You need the right call made, 1-800-CALL-SAM. 1-1 tie, we're in the third. The 3-2 in the dirt. Springs has got pretty decent command, but you notice that not only do almost all the A's pitchers have higher numbers here at home, but they walk more batters here at home. The strikeouts go down, and Tigers drew 4 walks against Springs in Detroit. They've already drawn 3 the first 11 batters here. His walk rate coming in is just at 3.5 per 9 innings. Change up away, second trip through. Dylan Dingler popped out first time up. I'm going to go out on a big limb and say I got a good feeling about this at bat. 2 singles and a home run against Springs 3 weeks ago. Righties have big numbers against this lefty. The 1-0. Swinging a fly ball softly into right, a little blue. My goodness. I was looking for a little bit more, Dan. I was boldly predicting. I thought he was going to crush a ball somewhere. He'll take it, though. A little blue. Runners at first and second.
Say he hit it like he threw it.
Can he hit a ball that soft? I didn't know Dylan Dingler was capable of hitting a ball that softly.
It's that little change up and just doinked it out into right field, 64 miles an hour off the bat. I like the previous at bat by Gleyber Torres. You knew Jeffrey Springs was going to throw that 3-2 change up to Gleyber, but Glaber's not going to bite at it. You got to throw it somewhere close to the strike zone, and it was ball out of hand, just down early, and Gleyber really set that inning up. Hopefully the Tigers can capitalize on it.
An early visit from pitching coach Dan Hubbs. Again, if not a comfortable at bat for a lefty, you certainly don't feel like you're under pressure as a lefty facing this particular lefty. We saw some long home runs, including the guy at the plate here last year. The Tigers did get swept, and they only scored 9 runs in the 3 games. They got shut out in the last game. But Riley Green did hit a memorable.
Yes, he did.
What was it? 479-foot home run. Ground ball softly to the right side. McNeil charges Fields and flips to first. That kind of acts like a bunt. Puts runners at second and third for Hao-Yu Lee.
Now we'll see if Hao-Yu Lee kind of learn from that first at-bat with those change-ups on the outside part of the plate. And we've seen Hao-Yu Lee get, if those pitches are elevated just a little bit, just enough, that he can shoot those into right field.
He's very aggressive, but he's starting to work some at-bats and starting to have longer at-bats, taking close pitches in 2-strike counts. First pitch, ground ball softly to short off the changeup. Wilson throw to first, barely got him. Bad throw. Kurtz had to lean, kept his foot on the base. He went down to the ground to get a bad throw from Wilson, who hasn't committed an error in over 100 games. Good play by Kurtz to save an error and to save a run. We go to the bottom of the third inning in a 1-1 game. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. And the Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and drive in a couple of runs. Cranked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wills around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one headed for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the third straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz, hot shot, and he makes the catch. That got on there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, did you see that?
I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
Founders Brewing Company invites you to enjoy All Day IPA, a refreshing, flavorful, and easy-drinking IPA, crafted for the ultimate balance and good times.
Tigers home run this year is Little Caesars Pizza home run. Order online for delivery or Pizza Portal pickup. Ty Madden takes over on the mound for the Tigers. He's had his struggles at AAA. You know where he hasn't had struggles? At the major league level. He's been terrific, Dan, in 27 innings of work.
Yeah, and he last pitched on Tuesday in one of those really nice 2 innings, shutout ball, no hits with a couple of strikeouts, and got to walk off a Tigers win.
Soft line drive up the middle, and that'll be grabbed by Hao-Yu Lee. 2 steps to his right, a little jump. Soft line drive, Alika Williams, former teammate of Spencer Torkelson at Arizona State, lines out softly up the middle. Pitching change. This is a bullpen day. Brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. I mean, it's been high walks, low strikeouts at Toledo. 27 innings of work at the major league level for Ty Madden this year. Low walks, high strikeouts, and opponents are hitting 173. Top of the order, Nick Kurtz at the plate. He takes a first pitch strike. The strike one. Fastball up. It's 93 for the most part, although we've seen him up to 95. And we've also seen him get swing and miss, Dan, at 93, 94 up in the strike zone. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Oh, that's a good cutter. 87 with great movement at the plate.
And he's got just that good arsenal of a 6-pitch mix, though he doesn't throw that many knuckle curves, but he can really have a lot of variety for both sides of the plate.
Fastball high and tight. Kurtz raises his hands up out of the way. Last 21 games now going back to the end of June. Kurtz is now 9 for his last 72. The 2-2. Swinging a slicing drive foul out of play down the third base line. Up until that point, he was having one of the best 2 years debuts of any hitter that we've seen in a long time. The 1,000 OPS and 400 at-bats last year with tremendous power. And he was basically in that same range until this recent funk. 2-2. Splitter down. It's going to make you throw him a strike. Draws a lot of walks. A lot of swing and miss. Madden works at the middle of the rubber, stands at a slight angle to home plate, arms up over his head, the big leg swing, and then into his motion, cutter low and in, and those are the walks that you just get frustrated by, and that's the big key for Time Madden. You get ahead 1-2, you've won the race to 2 strikes, and then you lose the at-bat.
Yeah, Dylan Dingler was trying to guide him through that at-bat, too, when they got ahead of him. And they went back-to-back split fingers, and Dylan had him shake his head a couple of times, just as a decoy to come back to the split finger. And I just don't know how much confidence he had because he missed badly with it after throwing a good strike.
Jacob Wilson takes fastball middle for a called strike one, hitting 275. Remember, this is a guy who was hitting over 350 for a good part of last year. Ended up having a terrific first full year in the major leagues. The strike one. Swinging a shot foul into the netting over the Tigers dugout, which is on the first base side. Minor league ballpark, hosting both a AAA team and a major league team. The 0-2 swinging a foul. We've seen a lot of hitters swing and miss at that pitch. 93, almost shoulder high.
But you were right about him walking his first at bat, coming around the scoreboard. I mean, he is up there hacking. He's hacking and slashing, and tough to walk him.
The 0-2 swinging a miss. Wow. Did he get a piece of it?
Yeah.
Oh, he got a piece of it. In the dirt in the left-handed batter's box. He's got great bat-to-ball skills. He's really tough to strike out. You don't see him chase like that very often. He did not get a piece of that. He didn't come close.
Didn't look like it.
He didn't come close. Man, that's terrible. The 0-2 swinging a soft line drive to center. Max Clark will come in and make a fine running catch. That was a sinking line drive. He broke on the ball beautifully to make a fine running catch. First opportunity at the major league level. Not easy.
You know what, Dan, you're right. I mean, he just read that perfectly, came running in, and then showed off the speed to kind of just get the good jump, but then just come in real hard to catch it chest high.
Right now, he is one of 2 outfielders starting in sunshine, and it's not easy when you're standing in bright sunshine looking into shadow to get the best jump. Just ask Riley Green. He does it all the time in Detroit in the early innings. Heim takes a strike. As AJ said, he worked on all phases of his game, and he needed to work on all phases of the game, and he mentioned specifically his better pre-pitch work defensively in the outfield. Cutter on the back door for a called strike. Think how Kevin McGonigal talked how important that was for him to get better at his pre-pitch on the infield. Same for outfielders. The split step, whatever it might be to get you into that fielding position. Most now use the split step even in the outfield. It's not just for infielders, but that was a huge help for Kevin McGonigal. And you watch him right now, he is using also the split step. It's just a step forward and then hop into your stance instead of just hopping into your stance and being kind of flat-footed. As the pitch is crossing home plate, you are ideally still in the air before you hit the ground as the pitch is crossing home plate. The 1-2. Slider misses away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Madsen's not a great strike thrower. His walk rate was above 5, though, in the minor leagues. It's at 3 in the major leagues. just over 3. Strikeout rate at 10 per 9. Still, though, working on that strike throwing, consistent first pitch strikes. The 2-2. Four-seam fastball away to Jonah Heim, batting from his much weaker left side. You have to be able to be in the strike zone here on the 3-2. 1-1 tie. We're in the third. Man on first, 2 outs. Baez right up the middle on the lefty in this at-bat. 3-2, runner goes. Ty Madden, big miss on a fastball away. That's the third walk issued by Tigers pitchers, and the second in this inning for Ty Madden. Big important piece for him to be able to be in the strike zone consistently.
You know, and what a great trip this is out by Dylan Dingler. Just to reel Ty back in, remind him, hey, look it, you got 2 outs here. You know, let's just resettle right here, make some pitches, get us out of this inning.
Arguably the most dangerous hitter in this lineup, Tyler Soderstrom, striding to the plate.
And that's another good reason for him to go out there, just because of a couple of walks. Just don't get careless and just kind of make a mistake in the center of the plate. Just regroup, continue to make your pitches. Your stuff is good, but don't get careless.
Tyler Soderstrom debuted in 2023, struggled in 120 at-bats, really struggled. Better his second year, and then since the beginning of last year, this has been a solid, consistent, really good hitter. Cutter, outer third called strike. Tyler Soderstrom hits for average, hits for power. He's just a consistent threat from the left side. He can work an at-bat, and he doesn't swing and miss much. 2 on, 2 outs, so strike 1. Swing and a miss, late decision on the 93-mile-an-hour fastball, up 0-2. Heim is about as slow as he gets at second base. Single is not a sure thing to score him. Probably won't score him. The 0-2. Splitter misses up and away. Some big misses. Ball out of hand to the lefties. Kurtz with a walk. Heim with a walk. 2 lefties. Soderstrom at the plate. Upright, relaxed stance, knees slightly flexed, bends at the waist toward the plate, bat cocked high over the left shoulder, fastball up, swinging a foul straight back. He's cruising at 93 on that fastball right now.
Boy, he almost got that by him, just like he did with that second pitch to get to 0-2, that high four-seam fastball.
Soderstrom's going to make it throw him a strike. 2 on, 2 outs in a 1-1 game. We're in the third. The 1-2 is swinging a foul out of play. He has gone after now 2 high fastballs, probably out of the strike zone. Today's game brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Today's game brought to you in part by Sam Bernstein Law Firm. They bring you instant replay when you need the right call made. It's 1-800-CALL-SAM. Again, the 1-2. Swing and a tap foul right at home plate. So you think about who A.J. Hinch, he always has a path to a win on a bullpen day. And his path today, I'm sure it's always like a decision tree, right? Here's the ideal path, and then when it goes wrong, here's the next path. And then here's the guy I want to stay away from. Can't stay away from him today. The 1-2, ground ball hit hard to second base. High-U Lee fields it off his left shoe, top flips to Torkelson in first 7-pitch battle, one in the end by Ty Madden. Soderstrom hit it hard but on the ground. High-U Lee's been busy today.
The biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, you know, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
He's aboard ahead of Corbin Carroll. Corbin last year, the first 30-30 season in D-backs history.
Corbin Carroll lines it to right. And it's off the wall. Marte coming around. Corbin Carroll. He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
94 down and in, right in his wheelhouse. Thought that ball had a chance to get out of here off the bat, but it hits at the base of the fence out there. And then one of our favorite things to watch, Corbin Carroll legging out a triple.
High in the air to right. Carpenter back to the track. He's back to the wall. And it's gone.
Halfway home to the cycle for Corbin Carroll. It's his first of the year, and it's 5-0 Diamondbacks to the bottom of the second.
Breaking ball down and in slider, battling, trying to locate that pitch. And that's not where you want to throw it to a lefty, especially when that lefty's named Corbin Carroll. 2 big blasts.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Safety kit today at callsam.com.
1-1 tie. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Torkelson at the plate. First pitch fastball away from Jeffrey Springs. Dan Dickerson, Dan Petrie, glad to have you along. So we start a 3-game series here at Sutter Health Park, or as we call it, Coors Field West of West Coast, I guess is the best way to put it. Torque takes a pitch away. Tim Jetski, RJ DeSanto, our engineers tonight. The 2-0. Cutter up, and it's 3-0. So with the scratch, Dan, let's talk about this. The big picture.
Big picture.
Over the weekend, with the trade deadline coming up Monday evening. Casey Mize gets scratched. 3-0. Fastball middle for a called strike. And again, you do that. I mean, I think the thing that you have to realize that GMs, president of baseball operations, they're making calls for weeks on end, up and in. Torque draws a walk. Again, a walk for Springs, 1 in each inning, a leadoff walk. See if that can lead to something here in the 4th inning that brings up Max Clark. They're making dozens of phone calls, and if something begins to pop on a player, and that might be one reason you scratch a guy, or you think something might happen, they could lead to a trade, or you just want to make sure a couple days before the trade deadline that a guy that a lot of people are calling about, who's had some injuries this year, stays healthy through the trade deadline.
And whoever is going to make a deal would want to insert him right into the starting rotation, too.
Clark drew a walk first time up, the strike 1. Slider away. And I think everybody's like, well, the Tigers are selling now. Everybody's gone.
Yeah, not at all.
You and I do not believe that. You and I were talking about this earlier. This is kind of how I look at it. It could be a sign that the Tigers are actually keeping Derek Skubal. Fastball up, 2-1 on Clark. Because you right now, with Jackson Jobe coming back very soon, probably within the next couple of weeks, you have, I wouldn't say an excess of starting pitching, but you certainly have depth there. So you could perhaps deal, say, a Casey Mize, swinging a foul out of play and fastball away, 2-2 on Max Clark, to get a piece that you need. And obviously the biggest need right now is a bullpen arm or two for high leverage situations. I think a lot of people would say that's crazy. The Tigers are absolutely sellers, but I am not convinced of it just yet. Flip over to first to drive Torque back.
I'm not either, and we've talked about it at length before the game. But you just look at just with the emergence of Troy Melton, and as much as you'd like Cater Montero to be in the bullpen, you have to consider him as a starter. Now, if you keep Derek Skubal along with Melton and Montero, you got to believe Frommer's going to throw well.
2-2, little pop fly into shallow left, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Max Clark, second major league at bat, drops a hit into left. He's reached twice tonight. That's his first major league hit Tiger fans here, lots of family and friends get on their feet. What a smile on his face standing at first.
But, I mean, really a good piece of hitting, though. Just stayed in there on the left. He got that slider out over the plate and just popped it into left field. Just way off the plate. One hands it.
He just threw the bat at the ball.
Yeah.
Love it. There was, again, a lot to like about what he did at Toledo, especially the way he finished the last 33 games. Ground ball fouled on the third base line. But the Tigers will tell you that strike zone discipline is no small thing. He walked as much as he struck out his last 33 games while hitting for average, while hitting for power. What a feeling that is. As AJ said, not a finished product, but I think everybody believes he is ready to make an impact on this Tigers offense. Javi Baez jumps back from a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, 1-1. 1-1 tie, we're in the fourth.
They don't give these promotions away, as we've found out in the last several years with AJ. You have to earn it, and he earned that call up. They could have waited a little bit longer, but nope. They feel like he can come up here and help them win games.
1-1, changeup, swing and a miss. I can't picture him getting anything else but another changeup right here.
You don't think he has to throw it for a strike either?
No. 1-2, the count on Javi. Grounded into a double play his first time up. 2 on to start the fourth inning. This is a pitcher who's not had much success this year. Take advantage of the situation. Line drive to center field. Bolte going back from shadow into sunshine to make the catch onto the warning track. In straightaway center, Torkelson tags and scoots over to third. We've already seen 3 balls. Heim, McGonigal, and that ball all exceeded my expectations for how far they were going to go. That went, it felt like about 30 feet farther than you would normally expect a ball 95 off the bat at that launch angle to go.
Now you got to pick this run up. Javi did a good job of just putting the ball in play. Did not try to pull it that time. That changeup down and away, and he went with it to shoot it up there to center field, allowing Torkelson to tag up and go to third.
Brings up Ben Mulgeri. First pitch, fastball up and away. Springs trying to get that ball a little extra on it. Missed big. Arm side. Lefty works third base side of the rubber. Kind of squats down as he gets the sign. Then he straightens up as he sets. The 1-0. High and tight. Ben Mulgeri has a spin out of that right-handed batter's box. Still looking for career home run number 1. Ben Mulgeri does have a double to his credit. 2 doubles. One of them was the misplayed pop-up in the A's series, I believe it was. Yeah, it was, because Butler looked at Kuroda Grauer. They let it drop. Swing and a miss. Change up down. That's how he got him first time up.
Yeah,
2-1.
You just think that that's a 2-0 count. You're going to get that fastball, and he just pulled the string.
Williams at short. McNeil at second. They're in double play depth. The outfield, Soderstrom, Bolte, and Butler straight up in the outfield. Butler and right in perhaps a little bit and toward the line.
But Max Clark takes that lead over there, and he looks like he's getting ready to go. He's in that just ready to pounce position. The knees are bent. He's not giving away anything, like just kind of standing there. Or he's got that look like I'm getting ready to fire out of here.
2-1. Another changeup and a good take. As we said, Ben Mulgeri can put together a pretty good at-bat. I bet he stays with the changeup, though. Springs doing a much better job this year of stopping the running game. Clark 21 for 23 stealing at Toledo. 3-1, swinging a foul. He got the fastball, fired on it, fouled it out of play, well back first base side.
This is the same situation he had Glaber in, where he had him 3-2, and he threw him a changeup, but it wasn't close. And if you're going to throw that changeup here, you've got to make sure it's thrown for a strike.
3-2. Low, he walked him. It's a good trip to the plate for Ben Mulgeri. 7th walk that he has drawn in just over 40 plate appearances. Bases are loaded for Kevin McGonigal. again, that's going to prompt a visit from pitching coach Dan Hubbs. Fourth inning is brought to you by Wallside Windows, Michigan's leader in replacement windows. Pitch counts are brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. Pitch count for Springs. We're in the fourth inning with one out. It is climbing toward 80, and that is a high pitch count. Tigers would love to get him out early, but right now this is looking like a, at most, 5-inning start for Springs.
And they've got action already out in that bullpen. That's why Hubbs, I'm sure, went out there just to give that bullpen a little extra time to start cranking it up. And this is the guy you want it to play for a lot of different reasons, just because of how many hits he has. He's going to make you throw a strike, and also he's a good situational hitter that will get underneath something and hit it to the outfield.
Homered his last time up. From the full windup, first pitch from Springs in the dirt. We told you it was 39 degrees off the bat. So, Dan, I was looking at, there have been 18 similar batted ball events. 39 degrees off the bat, 102 miles an hour this year. The average distance has been 350.
That went what? 417?
415. Yeah, the ball jumps in this ballpark. The 1-0 in the dirt, 2-0. I mean, that tells you quite a bit about how the ball travels in this hot, thin air. Fairly humid, too, actually. More humid air, ball flies farther. The 2-0. A little bit low. Springs has already walked 5 through 18 batters, and you would think this is probably his last batter.
Boy, that one was awfully close and no challenge there.
The 3-0 swinging a high fly ball, this time shallow to right field. Not very deep. Butler behind, coming home. Throw to the plate, a one-hopper, but not in time. Butler did not get behind that ball, and he had plenty of time to do it. Torkelson read it, the high fly ball, and the Tigers take the lead 2-1.
He did, Dan. I was watching him the whole way when that ball was up there, and he had plenty of time to get behind it and have his momentum coming toward the ball as he caught it to get a lot more on that throw, but he just kind of, got behind it, but was flat-footed really when he caught it, and then just took that one step and threw it, and Spencer Torkelson was able to score.
That's one of the things the Tigers have really worked on the high fly ball. It's harder for an outfielder to get that momentum behind because it's really hard to judge it coming down. That was 55 degrees off the bat. And you had a pretty good feeling that Torque was going to score. Torres takes a strike. They'll actually be yelling on the bench. High fly ball, high fly ball.
I remember that one.
Where was it?
Minnesota.
Last year? Yeah.
Minnesota with Wallner.
Who has a big arm.
Yep.
Strike one. Fastball inner third for a called strike two. 2-1 Tigers are in the fourth inning. I want Glaber to single here so we can watch Max Clark fly home from second base. McNeil keeping an eye on Clark. He's going to change the look of this offense with his speed. The 0-2. Change up away. Glaber, soft fly ball to right first time up. Then he works Springs for a walk. 85 pitches here in the fourth inning. See if Glaber can extend the inning. The 1-2, swinging a fly ball to center field. Bolte back to his right, stops, makes the catch. That ball went a long way. Torres hit it on the nose. It's the third out of the fourth inning. Sacrifice fly for Kevin McGonigal with the bases loaded. His second RBI. Gives the Tigers a 2-1 lead. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. 2-1 Tigers. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
Cooperstown opened its doors to new inductees in an unforgettable ceremony. The common theme of their acceptance speeches being starstruck sharing the stage with their idols and acknowledging those who helped them become Hall of Famers. Jeff Kent, the all-time home run leader for second baseman and the 2000 NL MVP, led off the acceptance speeches and let the emotions flow, reflecting on a deal with his dad that changed his life.
This day isn't about me, though. This day is about baseball. It's a celebration of baseball, and I just happen to be a part of it. My dad knew motorcycles weren't taking me anywhere, so he made me a bet. He knew that if I were to earn a college scholarship, that he'd buy me a pickup truck. I quit racing and focused on school and baseball and won that baseball scholarship because I got that truck. San Francisco is where every lesson I'd learned finally came together. I took pride in playing second base, a position that keeps you in every play and demands toughness. But my bat was always my ticket. Thank you to the National Baseball Hall of Fame for preserving something that means so much to so many.
You know what happened in 2014.
A World Series win for the San Francisco Giants.
Look at how clean that is. The gold, I don't know if you guys know what the gold means, but the gold means you are the World Series champions from the year before. But it's the honor of a lifetime, getting to win back-to-back World Series championships with 2 different teams.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Two-one Tigers. Ty Madden faces the Athletics in the bottom of the 4th inning. Tommy White at the plate. First pitch swinging. Soft fly ball out to right field. The 1-0. Off the plate and away. Ty Madden right now struggling with his command. He's getting ahead of hitters, but he walked 2. In his first inning of last inning. Tyler Holton on a bullpen day went the first 2 innings, gave up a run in the first. The 2-0. Fastball low and away. Tommy White, his 2nd-round pick out of LSU just a couple of years ago. He was nicknamed Tommy the Tank at LSU because of his prodigious power. 3-0. Fastball. He was ready to throw the bat away and trot down to first. It is a called strike, no challenge. 3-1. He's hitting .292 with absolutely no power so far in his 48 at-bats, and he really didn't show a whole lot of power in the minor leagues before the call-up. The 3-1. Soft tap foul on the ground behind home plate. Pretty aggressive. Ty Madden can get in the strike zone against this righty on the 3-2. He should be swinging. Good bat-to-ball skills. That was his calling card. On his way to the major leagues, hit just over 300 with a little bit of power. Double-A, mostly Triple-A before the call-up this year. The 3-2. Swinging a high fly ball to right field. And Mulgeri will back up a couple of steps. Come in a step, make the catch. Didn't make much of a sound off the bat. 1 up and 1 down in the 4th inning. That's a good bounce back from Ty Madden.
It was to start that at bat 3-0, and really the 3-0 pitch was just off the plate, and then he swung at another ball 3-1 and then flew out to right. So really made it out and didn't even see a strike from Ty Madden.
That brings up Lawrence Butler. Lefty swings at the first pitch, fouls it out of play, well back third base side. Terrific first full year in the major leagues at 23 2 years ago. Former 6th-round pick out of high school in Atlanta. Numbers fell off last year. He still hit 21 home runs with 22 steals. The strike 1. Splitter misses high and away. That splitter's been ball out of hand, I think, every time he's thrown it. Now Lawrence Butler has put together a pretty solid, after a terrible start, 40-game stretch. Pitch in the dirt where he's hit for average, drawn walks, and has solid extra base, occasional home run power. This is still a very talented player. Just turned 26. The overall numbers don't look great. He's barely hitting 200. But lately it's been pretty good. The 2-1. Fly ball popped up into shallow center field. Max Clark will come in, make the easy grab, moving just toward right center. Jam job, pop up. 2 up and 2 down. Max Clark made a fine catch in center field last inning. Sinking line drive, got a great jump. And that's what that pre-pitch is all about, isn't it, Dan? I mean, when A.J. Hinch, the first thing he says, he's worked on his pre-pitch. Clearly, that's the most important element of him getting better defensively.
It's just so you're not flat-footed.
First pitch, fastball up and in, a called strike. Ooh, on Henry Bolte.
That's that one pitch that I like from Ty Madden, that sometimes he breaks it out to right-handers. It's a good sinker, and it's got good action running in on the hands of right-handers.
The strike one, swinging a line drive softly on a couple of skips into center field. Boy, that didn't have much behind it, did it?
No.
It was hit on a line, but a two-hopper gets through the infield. Bolte singles with 2 outs here in the fourth inning.
I was hoping that it would stay in the infield just to watch Bolte run a little bit. It just was perfectly placed in between Javi and Hao-Yu Lee. And it was just like, ooh, I hope one of them gets it just to see how fast Bolte is. But it just kind of snaked its way right up the middle into center field.
Caught stealing. It took a perfect throw from Dylan Dingler, the classic Javi Baez tag to get him out at second base. By what, a couple of inches? McNeil fouls it to the screen. With the righty on the mound, that was with Holton on the mound. You would think they want this young man to just keep running. I mean, he's been caught 7 times, but still, you've got the best sprint speed in baseball. Keep working at it. Down in the crouch there at first, good secondary lead, and swinging a foul out of play. That's a good cutter down and into McNeil, 0-2.
It's just, Max Clark, they talk about, getting the promotion up here, and you have to have the reps up at the next level, and you're going to fail a little bit, right. But that's the only way you're going to get better. And I think to your point about Bolte, the same way, it's just keep on going and keep getting used to it. The more reps you get at it, the better you're going to get. Ooh.
Pitch in the dirt.
Yep.
Did he go? Yes, he did. Very disciplined hitter and couldn't lay off the splitter in the dirt from Ty Madden. McNeil strikes out. That was actually a slider and a good block by catcher Dylan Dingler. McNeil strikes out, a single.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
Home plate is 17 inches wide, and so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
Well, he is, he's out. Yes, sir. Is out. Look at this.
Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Hayden Yinger takes over on the mound for the Athletics. Pitch and change brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. 2-1 Tigers. Dylan Dingler leads off. 3-4-5 hitters to face this righty. 25-year-old from O'Fallon in Illinois. Was with Toronto to start the year, and the Athletics picked him up. He's only got 7 innings in the major leagues. Dylan Dingler takes a called strike. Flair single his last time up, 1 for 2 against Springs. The strike one. Slider misses low and away.
Yeah, just the Athletics are looking for help any way they can get it. Picking up an arm from St. Louis. Now Yinger here. A couple of arms to help this bullpen out.
Dingler taps one fouled on the third base line.
Pretty standard mix, just that four-seam slider, change-up, a cutter. Not completely overpowering. That fastball just about 94.
Dingler swings, pops it up, foul and out of play down the first base line. Nothing jumps out at you in the minor leagues either. 30 innings of work with a 3.56 ERA and give out 29 hits. Only 2 home runs. That'll change now that he's here in Sacramento. With a walk rate of 4.5 and over a strikeout an inning. Change up low and away, and Jonah Heim's going to challenge.
Ball the catcher, Alex.
Oh, that ball looked way outside. That was a surprising challenge for Jonah Heim. I think he got fooled.
Pitches the ball. The Athletics have 1 challenge remaining.
Because he was reaching across his body to grab it. I can only imagine how that is for a catcher. You think, I reached a long way, but man, that felt right there.
Looked like it was working its way back on the corner.
2-2, swing and a miss. Stayed with the changeup and strikes out Dylan Dingler for the first out of the 5th inning. 5th inning is brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win. Strikeout updates are brought to you every game by Carbless, the official ready-to-drink canned cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. Springs ended up with 2 strikeouts, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 4 innings of work. Tigers so far with 2 strikeouts from Madden and Holton in their 4 innings combined. Riley Green jackknifes out of the way of a high, tight fastball at 93, ball 1. Changeup misses away. Minor leagues and major leagues combined for this righty. He has been a little bit tougher on lefties. You would guess maybe that changeup has something to do with it. Walks lefties at a high rate, but they have not hit him for power. Fastball by Riley Green. Swing and a miss. Geared up to 95. Riley came in hitting .279 with 15 home runs, 53 RBIs. 2-1. Strike in the inside corner, 2-2.
You could see where he'd have some success. That cutter in on the hands of lefties, and then like you talked about, that changeup going down and away.
2-2. Fastball in at 95. Riley fouls it out of play, well back third base side. So really for the Athletics, it's all about home and road numbers. This ballpark, like Coors, increases runs to a degree that no other ballpark can come close to matching. Change up away, increases doubles, increases increases doubles, increases home runs. Batting averages, the ball just flies through the air here in Sacramento. The 3-2, high and outside, he walked him. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Colt Keith will pinch hit for Hyu Lee. Colt Keith has been putting together a lot of good at-bats. Hit a 4-for-4 game a couple of weeks ago, and it was its first multiple hit game in like 25 games. Now Danny's getting multiple hit games again and again. He's swinging a hot bat. Fastball in, ball 1.
He is, and showing off that extra base hit with those couple of triples, couple games in a row with a triple.
The 1-0. Seeing the ball well, and that changeup is low and outside. Because this is a minor league ballpark, the dugouts are not connected to the clubhouse. The clubhouses are in center field and in left field. So you have the odd sight, 2-0, swing and a miss of Tiger 4 bench players in this game all walking in, Outman and Keith, because they got to be taking their swings underneath. Valencia, well, instead of taking their swings underneath, they're taking their swings out in a cage that's beyond the center field wall. So in between innings, a couple innings ago, they all walked in. Keith swings, fouls it back to the screen. Pretty good cutter with late movement at the plate, 2-2. And you'll see guys who have left the game, pitchers, they'll walk out in between innings. We just saw Flaherty, Mize, and Skubal all walk out. Last inning, my partner had a great line. He's like, "Yep, they've all been traded."
They're all going out.
They're all
fifth inning. They're all
leaving the ballpark. Keith Wedding on a 2-2. Change up low and away. 3-2. 2-1 our score. We're in the fifth.
But that's AJ at work, though, knowing that Springs was getting to the end of the day. They're looking to probably bring in a righty. So he says, "Hey, you know what, Colt? Get down there, start taking your swings, because they're going to make a move here, and I'm going to have you hit for how you lead."
Green takes off, pitches a strike, throw to second base. Not in time. Ball trickled out of the glove of shortstop Williams. Keith called out on a called third strike, and Riley Green has his third steal of the year.
Yeah, this changeup just catches Colt by surprise. It's got a lot of arm side run to it, and it started well off the plate inside and then just kept working its way in. That might have been a little bit close over there at second base. Should the ball come up with the ball.
Torque batting, he swings at a slider and pops it up to first base. Kurt's back now in on the dirt just to the left of second base. Makes the catch. Torkelson pops.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
9 Ks, 6 scoreless. And Chris Sale continuing to add to his Cy Young resume.
Mona! 2-run bomb, and it's 4-2 Red Sox in the 10th.
And it's gone! Come on now, Griff! His heater rolls on, and the no-doubt shot! Schultz the fish in front!
You can't make this stuff up, Jack!
Red Sox walk it off and beat the Yankees in 12. What a comeback!
A Redbird winner! A Redbird winner! Light up the night in downtown St. Louis! The Cardinals came back with 3 in the 10th inning to beat the Cubs.
Clean Express Auto Wash. And join our Wash Smart Unlimited Club starting at $20 a month. A full car wash of the Detroit Tigers.
Gleyber Torres fouls the first pitch from Brady Basso out of play. Arms up over his head, Basso into his motion. Curveball floats high. 2-3-4 hitters. Torres, Dingler, Green. Young man who's been, as Dan said, better lately, but he gives up hits. 54 hits in 43 innings of work, major leagues, minor leagues combined. Cutter up and away. Let's just confidently state this game is very unlikely to end 2-1. 2-1 pitch, swinging a foul out of play. There has been one game this year. The average game in this ballpark, two teams combined, is 12 runs. That's the average game in this ballpark. A's and their opponents on the road, it's just below 8. That's the impact of this ballpark. There's been one game where the opponents and A's have combined for 5 runs, for fewer than 5 runs. They had 1 2-1 game early. But let's just say that Again, like Coors, you're not going to win generally very often, 2-1. The 3-2. Swinging a pop-up, fouling out of play. And another way of saying Tigers could use a few insurance runs here, Mr. Petrie.
I was going to say, and the Athletics don't have, at least they haven't had that many opportunities to win. And you know that when they're close like this, you don't want to get it in their hands where they feel like they've got a chance. And this is a good chance right here for Glaber to get something started with Dylan Dingler on deck. Riley, just the meat of the order of coming up for the Tigers.
3-2, got him. Slider, and Gleyber Torres knew it.
He did.
That was middle, frozen.
He knew it, and he was trying to, I think, bait Adam Beck into calling it a ball because he started to take a step down towards first base. Like, yep, I just walked, and then, oh, no.
That's as middle as it can be. Dingler's 1 for 3 tonight. Curveball misses high and away. Torres now 0 for 3 with a walk. Lots of base runners early. Only 2 now since the 4th inning with 1 out here in the 7th. Check some scores from the 1-800-CALL-SAM Studio scoreboard brought to you by Meyer, the official grocery retailer of the Detroit Tigers. Pop up into shallow right field. McNeil, second baseman, makes a running catch, calling off Butler and Kurtz, who are both advancing on the ball. Dingler pops out. 2 up, 2 down, 7th inning, 2-1 Tigers. Finals from earlier today. Say it again, the White Sox aren't going anywhere. They beat Tampa, a team with the best record in the American League, 6-1 in St. Petersburg today. And the White Sox are 58-51. Hot shot foul down the first base line. Tigers' best hope, it would appear, in the Central is catching Cleveland, and yes, Minnesota is in between. Houston over Texas 11-2. Houston is now in first in the West. Riley Green swings, pops it up. Shallow center field. Racing in Volte. Soft little pop up and another easy inning.
Will it stay in the park against the wall? It is off the glove, and it's gone. It's gone.
We'll see it. We'll see it.
They're nowhere near where the ball is.
Here comes Dylan.
Whoa, he stumbles and he falls on a weird play.
On the ground left side, Cora. Two Hopper stumbles. Well, one of those embarrassing moments that all players have.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
A month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing for a contract cost of $11,664. Excludes all applicable taxes and government fees. With approved credit through TFS, price will vary based on accessories. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Better access means better care. McLaren provides the care you need when you need it. Stay in the game with quality care at McLaren.org.
Henry Volte swings and misses at a high fastball from Drew Summers. Strike one to start the 7th inning. Hardest working players brought to you by Carhartt. Proud to support Detroit Tigers baseball, the hardworking people who make it possible. 2-1 Tigers in the 7th. Sinker away. 1-1. Volte's been hit by a pitch, was cut down attempting to steal. That was in the 2nd. Ground ball single with 2 outs in the 4th inning, was stranded at first. Bullpen day for the Tigers. So far, bullpen has been terrific. The 1-1. Swinging a foul into the netting. First base side. Tyler Holton's starter gave up a run in the 1st inning. Ty Madden, 3 scoreless innings of work. Lowers his ERA to 2.40. Doing Ty Madden type things. He just doesn't give up much hard contact, Dan.
You know, that was a big 3 innings from Ty Madden.
Was. Summers worked a 1-2-3-6. The 1-2 here. Swing and a miss. Got him. 96 by you. 3rd straight strikeout for Drew Summers.
You know, and the other thing, he was so distraught after giving up that hit to Colton Cowser on Wednesday. So angry with himself. And this is the kind of faith that AJ has in him. It's going to leave him out there. I know it's a bullpen day and you need some length out of people, but he comes right back to him after that loss on Wednesday because of the faith he has in him.
Yep. Soft ground ball to the right side. Javi Baez will charge. Field the knee-high bounce. Flip to Torque at first. 2 up and 2 down. You can see the confidence growing. You can feel it with Drew Summers on the mound. I mean, look at the strike throwing in this game tonight.
Yes.
He had an outing the other day. 18 of 22 pitches for strikes. When he gave up the home run to Massey, or the hit, I think, to Cowser the other day, AJ said, I didn't feel good about him in that situation. I felt great about him in that situation.
Absolutely.
Because they love
Why
his
wouldn't
stuff.
you? Yeah.
And this is his best outing. Fastball, swing and a miss. It's 95, which major league hitters can handle, but it's not your ordinary 95. With the drop and drive, low release, low vertical approach angle. And hitters are late. Fastball popped up by home plate, playable. Dylan Dingler tosses the mask away and makes the catch. Little pump of the fist for Drew Summers into the glove. 2 beautiful innings. 6 up, 6 down.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
Dave Holtz now stands in. He gets fisted toward the Angel dugout. Got folks moving. Again, slapped that way. Same spot. Uh-oh. Gray with the 0-2 pitch. Same spot almost. Still 0-2.
Homered in the first, his 3rd leadoff home run in the postseason. Oh my goodness! Shohei Ohtani! Wow! Up and over the roof! A majestic blast! Ohtani drops jaws everywhere! And it's 4-0 Dodgers!
117 off the bat, 469 feet. He is the first Dodger to ever have 2 multi-home run games in the same postseason.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Fago is a proud sponsor of Detroit Tigers Radio.
Eduardo Valencia will pinch hit leading off the 8th inning. Tigers trying to add to a 2-1 lead. A.J. Hinch has used this spot for 3 different players now. Hao-Yu Lee replaced by Colt Keith. Colt Keith now replaced by Valencia. The 1-0. Swing and a foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Basso still on the mound. He has impressed in 2 innings of work. Dan said he's been better of late. Last 6 outings. And he's cruised through 2 innings. The 1-1 line drive, base hit over the glove of a leaping White into the corner. It'll be another extra base hit for Eduardo Valencia. Leadoff double here in the 8th inning. Tigers trying to add to a 2-1 lead. They got their leadoff man on at second.
Yeah, got that slider, and it was coming and working its way down and into Valencia, and he's able to just drop that barrel and hook it into left field just out of the reach of Tommy White over at third.
It's exactly what A.J. Hinch was hoping for, because you knew he was probably doing a 2-for-1 swap here with McKinstry coming in defensively. And if he reached, that means it allows him to use Zach McKinstry as a pinch runner at second base. How about Eduardo Valencia's start to his major league career? Ground ball, base hit into left field off the bat of Torkelson. And McKinstry will be held at third. Soderson's got a very good arm in left, and he closed quickly. Sharp single to left. Torque is putting together a string of good at-bats the last week or so. Lots of singles hit hard to left and to right. Runners at the corners, nobody out in the 8th.
Boy, and Max Clark a chance to come up here and pick up his first RBI and do something right here, get the Tigers a little bit more breathing room.
Dan Hubbs making another mound visit. They obviously want the lefty Basso to face the lefty Max Clark. He faced Basso in the 6th inning. He had him fooled. A one-handed swing of a slider away. His single was a one-handed swing on what? A changeup away back in the 4th inning. So first 2 at-bats against Springs, a lefty, a walk, and a single. Then the ground out. So in his major league debut, he's going to face nothing but lefties, at least so far.
Yeah, I mean, and they called him up not to sit on the bench, and they're saying, go get him, kid. You know, here's some lefties, but this is what we believe in your ability.
Yep. Ace will draw the infield in tight. Max Clark hit lefties and righties the same in the minor leagues. And by the same, I mean the exact same by OPS. First pitch, swinging a fly ball left field. This one's deep. Soderstrom's going back, still going, and that one's over his head up against the wall. McKinstry will score. Torkelson will be held at third. Ball just jumped off Max Clark's bat. RBI double and a 3-1 lead here in the 8th.
Boy, how nice is it to see his base hit was a breaking ball that he dumped into left field. That's a breaking ball that's out over the plate, and he kind of inside outs it, shows his power the other way off the wall to left field, and drives in his first major league run and gives the Tigers a little bit more breathing room, and still nobody out.
Man, did that ball jump off his bat. Left on left, double, a 3-1 lead for the Tigers, second and third, nobody out in the 8th inning. And while the Athletics go to their bullpen, we'll pause for these words on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Celebrate America in the all-new, all-hybrid Toyota RAV4. Now through August 3rd, you can lease a new 26 RAV4 LE all-wheel drive for $329 a month for 36 months with $39.99 due at signing for a contract cost of $15,514. Excludes all applicable taxes and government fees with approved credit through TFS. Price will vary.
Makes the headlong diving catch. Rocchio in the hole, gets up quickly, throws. On the bounce, dug out by Mansardo. Holy cow, what a play! Way back onto the warning track. Oh, he reeled it in. Jacob!
Fielded by Jazz, acrobatic throw. Oh, that was in time.
Collins races over, dives, makes the grab. A barrel roll toward the line.
Diving play with one hopper by Jazz. Just gets up, throws it out. Dandy play right there by Jazz.
Coming on, diving Martinez. He made the catch. Ball game. Slides into third. Diving Graham. Barossa coming on. He dives and he's got it. What a catch.
Long run for DeBear. Sliding, diving, tumbling makes the catch.
At the wall. A spectacular grab, and the Reds shut out Cleveland
And in a hurry, Friedel, he slides and he scoops it. The dive is caught and throws him out.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la
part and limited the righties. I'm sorry, righty on the mound. Another lefty. They do have 3 lefties in the bullpen. This is a righty, Luis Morales on the mound. I was getting carried away with all my lefty research. Foul out of play. The strike 1. Swing a little pop fly into shallow center and over the outstretched glove of McNeil. 1 run will score. Torkelson will score. Clark holds at third. Man, we've seen a few of those tonight. 4-1 Tigers. A little bloop over the head of McNeil off the bat of Javi Baez. He's got 2 of those tonight.
That's all right. Get those base hits falling again. Give more breathing room in this ballpark. You need a lot of it. And Morales had not had a whole lot of success against either side. Left-handers and right-handers hitting well above 300. Just recalled about a week ago today and pitched on Sunday through 87 pitches.
Fastball 99. That's why he's going to continue to get chances. But it has been, Dan, it's been a disaster of a season. After 49 innings last year in his rookie season at 22 with a 3.14 ERA. 49 innings. Swinging a foul out of play. Ben Mulgeri at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. In 14 innings, he has given up 18 runs, 21 hits, 34 base runners, and 5 home runs. Nothing has gone right for Morales, but he's still got 99. The 1-1. Low and in. 13 walks in the 14 innings. That's certainly a starting point. Analyzing what's gone wrong. But again, a lot of hits. Infield in tight. 4-1 Tigers. Still nobody out. The 2-1. Ground ball hit hard and bobbled at third base by White. Throw to first, no chance. Clark was taking off for home, and that might have distracted White. He would have gotten him by 20 feet.
Easily.
And he just dropped the ball. 5-1 Tigers.
That ball was smoked right to White, and it kind of snow-coated on him, and he was making that transfer over to his throwing hand. The ball just popped out. By the time he got to it, it was too late to get Mulgeri, who was hustling down the first base line.
Max Clark did a great job, and all Tiger base runners do this. You create your own lane from third base. He ran about 4 feet inside the baseline. It was not going to be an easy throw for White at third base. He was going to have to find a way to get around him. Very aggressively, though, inside that third base line for Max Clark.
But you love the aggressiveness, too, already being up 4-1.
I think that caused the error, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, but, he's got the good speed, but, be aggressive. Yep. Don't sit around. There's nobody out. You're up 4-1. Put the pressure on them. Make them make a play, and then, they couldn't. And you're still got a couple of runners on and nobody out.
Change up away. You can almost see him slow the arm speed on that changeup. Fastball's 99, changeup's 89. 1-1 on Kevin McGonigal.
You can see where this, has a chance of just slipping away from the Athletics right here. Tigers have him by the neck.
1-1, check swing. Did he go? No appeal. Now an appeal to third. Dan Iasonia says nope. Max Clark's major league debut, a walk, a flare single, a line drive double. 2 for 3 plus a walk, trying to match his buddy who had 4 hits in his major league debut. Kevin McGonigal swinging a foul off the leg of Jonah Heim. That did not feel good. 2-2. Baez the runner at second, Mulgeri at first. That's pretty good speed on the base paths for the Tigers. Home run for McGonigal to straightaway center. 2-2. Changeup bounces. You know one thing, Kevin McGonigal's going to make you throw him a strike. 66 walks, 66 strikeouts for Kevin McGonigal. All year he's had more walks than strikeouts. It's even now. But there aren't many in a season who do what he's doing. Walk as often as you strike out. 3-2. Saw foul off his front foot. Oh, he had a chance to do something with that. But again, it's 99-mile-an-hour heater.
That's what I mean. Kevin knows that he's going to get a fastball. I mean, Morales has some other pitches, the slider, change-up, but I mean, 3-2, he's going to go with his best. His best is that four-seam fastball.
This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Morales sets the 3-2. He walked him. I mean, big misses with the balls in that at-bat. Bases are loaded for Gleyber Torres.
Here's another one. You know that Gleyber is going to be very patient. And Athletics are going to bring their infield in, try to cut down something at the plate. But Gleyber's going to work this at-bat and make sure he gets a good pitch to hit.
First pitch, line drive, caught it short with a leap. Walton just into the game. Terrific play. Oh, that's Orneas just into the game. He had to extend every inch of that frame to make the catch with a backhand, a ball that would have sizzled into left field. 1 out, bases loaded. The average situation, bases loaded, none out, results in at least, well, the average is a little over 2.5 runs a game. Line drive, foul down the third base line. One ball, one strike on Dylan Dingler. The 1-1. Swinging a high fly ball, left center field, deep. Soderstrom back, looking up. It's gone. Grand slam, Dylan Dingler, number 23. Tigers have turned a 2-1 game into a 9-1 game here in the 8th.
I don't think there was any doubt off of the bat right there. That had that nice, loud crack right off the bat, and as soon as you saw it go up in the air, you said, that's not coming back. The way the ball carries here, no chance was that coming back.
Slider that spun.
Boy, and what a swing by Dylan Dingler. That was a short, quick, compact, showing off his strength. Man, that's a swing.
Just kept going. Dimensions are pretty cozy in a ballpark where the ball carries like this. It's just 325 and 330 down the lines. The gaps, it says 380, but where it says 380, it's really more towards center field. The gaps are probably 370 to 375. A true left center field or right center field gap. And then only 403 to straightaway center. The strike 2 to Riley. Cued it off the end of the bat. Inning started with a Valencia double, pinch hitting for Colt Keith. We said this game would not end 2-1. Wasn't expecting 9-1 in the 8th inning. Away, 1-2 on Riley.
No, you just want those add-on runs. You get to 4 or 5, and then just when you had bases loaded, you're going to say, put this game away now.
Fastball up 2-2. A's team ERA almost 6.5 at home. It's 2 full runs lower on the road. It's hard to pitch in this ballpark. 2-2 in the dirt. And I always think, Dan, I mean, that forever at the Oakland Coliseum, that year in and year out, every single year. One of the best pitchers' ballparks in baseball. Cozy dimensions, but the ball didn't go anywhere in that ballpark. 3-2 foul back to the screen. And that's what they built their championship teams on. The teams that made the playoffs year after year after year. Built around terrific pitching. Pick your era, and it always was led by really good starters. And then they moved to a ballpark where you can't pitch. Swinging a foul out of play. And I keep thinking, you're trying to build a team to your ballpark, and these pitchers like Springs, who came to the A's because he knew he was going to a great pitcher's ballpark, ends up the last 2 years of his 4-year deal in this ballpark. Just a nightmare. And it affects you on the road.
Well, I hope it's not the same in Las Vegas.
3-2, swing and a miss. Fastball 98 gets Riley Green for the second out. Let's pause right now for station identification. This is the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. That brings up Zach McKinstry, ground ball softly to Kurtz at first. Big waist-high bounce. He'll call off the pitcher. Morales make the play unassisted. 10 men to the plate, and the Tigers score 7. The big inning capped on the Dillon.
Sometimes baseball can play hard to get.
Man, that's tough luck.
Look at that thing. I mean, that is at least a silver medal.
He airmailed this would be the understatement of the year.
Trying to get him a third home run and 10 RBIs.
Kind of stumbling and a bumbling and couldn't hold on.
EK made an awesome catch. You would have been so proud.
DOMO having a laugh over there. Ortiz went flying into that bag.
Funny things happened on the way to the All-Star break.
But other times, it's like a match made in heaven.
Well-balanced, alert teamwork.
Going out, Cole Everson with a leap, and he makes the catch.
Reeled in on a diving grab by Green.
Man alive, what a dive. Watson charging hard, dives and made the catch. Out on a spectacular play.
Like a kid on a slip and slide on July 4th. Give that man a popsicle.
And Varsho makes the catch.
How about that?
First and second, no outs, and the pitch is hit well by Springer out to center field. Going back Young to the wall. It's gone. 3-run homer for George Springer, and it's a ball game again.
Challenge Springer with a fastball low and in, and Springer, who's seen big jumps in results, big jumps in bat speed, 106 off the bat to a pretty deep part of the ballpark.
His 12th of the season, 437 feet.
Primary care to find a doctor near you.
Inning is brought to you by Varsity Ford. Visit Varsity Ford in Ann Arbor. And Manuel DeJesus is back. First pitch, fastball, strike one. Brian Servin at the plate. Backup catcher takes strike one. Brennan Hannafy option today. Tigers needed help in the bullpen. DeJesus delivers low and in. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers. Change up low and in, 2-1 on Servin.
Yeah, Manuel, remember when he got sent down, he had 8 scoreless appearances before he was sent down.
Fastball, swing and a miss. He's pitching really well now.
Yeah, I mean, he just got into one of those roster crunches, and everybody was like, whoa, really? I mean, he was really, really pitching well. Last pitched on Saturday, so he's well rested. Went 2 innings, and hopefully he's going to give the Tigers 2 innings here to close this game out.
2-2, swinging a foul out of play. Well back first base side. And he went down, and again, that had to be very tough because of how well he was pitching. And he just put up a bunch more zeros at Toledo, waiting for his time to come back. And now he's back. Still got 95 on the left side. Slider low and in. And it's now 3-2 on Servin. Backup catcher, now 31 years old, shot through the box, backhanded by McKinstry. Now at second base, throws to Torkelson. Whoa.
Yes.
That was a sizzler right through the box. Missed DeJesus, who went down. And McKinstry made a fine play, and he made that look easy.
Boy, I mean, this just missed DeJesus. That was right back at his forehead. And Adam Beck went out just to make sure that he was okay. And then Zach McKinstry just stabbed at it. And that ball was almost behind Zach McKinstry when he caught it. Just think about how quickly it got on DeJesus.
102 head high is a scary sight. Shot to third, grabbed by McGonigal. 2 rockets. That off the bat of Jacob Wilson. 2 outs here in the 8th inning. So McGonigal back to third, Baez back to short with McKinstry now in the game. So AJ moving the chess pieces around. The outfield has remained unchanged. Green, Clark, Mulgeri from left over to right. Jonah Heim batting first pitch, fastball 95, outer third, strike one. 9-1 Tigers. We're in the 8th inning. Pitching change brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Final line is brought to you by Figer Law. There's no real final line on a bullpen day. Swinging a foul out of play. How about if we just give you the line of Tigers relievers so far? They have shut down the A's. 1 run on 3 hits, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts in 7 2/3. And my favorite outing was Drew Summers.
You bet.
6 up, 6 down on 15 pitches and 3 strikeouts. He needed 11 pitches for the 3 strikeouts. He needed 4 pitches to record the other 3 outs. Very efficient, and the confidence again growing outing by outing.
No, and again, just coming off the loss on Wednesday, and you would have never known it in today's game.
1-2, high fly ball to right. That's hit hard. Mulgeri, though, is tracking it back to his right. He'll stop, make the catch shy of the warning track. Jonah Heim dangerous from the right side. Routine fly ball out, and a 1-2-3-8 thanks to some good defense.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
I'm Jonathan Mayer, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
allsam.com.
Torkelson at the plate. First pitch fastball, strike one. Down and away. Morales on the mound. Worked an inning, gave up 4 runs. Last inning, slider bounces up to home plate. Fastball started at 99. It's now kind of cruising at 97. Works from the full windup on the first base side. Again, a young man trying to find the form that had him put up a pretty good year last year. Ground ball, base hit into left, slider up. He just can't command the fastball. And so, Dan, he's now been beaten with the slider several times in his 2 innings.
Well, if you think about it, too, everything basically is hard. He's got a sinker, he's got a 4-seam fastball, and then that slider. And, you've got to have something that just takes him off the speed. You got to have a changeup or a curveball or something, a cutter.
Let's talk about Max Clark here, Dan. You and I both got a chance to meet him in the spring and have several conversations with him. This is a young man who fit into that clubhouse. He and Kevin McGonigal were both there for the first time. I love the way that Riley Green and Spencer Torkelson, I think, kind of took those two under their wing, went golfing with them during the spring. Good teammates. Line drive down the left field line. That'll be extra bases for Max Clark. His second extra base hit. Torkelson will be held to third. Man, nice debut, Max Clark. 3 hits, a walk, and the last 2 at-bats, sizzling line drives to left for extra bases.
All 3 of his hits coming to left field, and it just dawned on me, too. His buddy Kevin McGonigal started his big league career with 4 hits, 4 for 5, and then here we have Max Clark, 3 for 4. Boy, talk about 2 buddies being almost identical debuts. Great to see.
Wow. Pitch up and in, backed up on Javi Baez for a called strike. 9-1 Tigers in the 9th inning. But because I think, and we talked about a little bit during the spring, yes, Max Clark has got a social media presence. Ground ball up the middle and under the glove of McNeil. That'll score 2. Base hit into center field. Torkelson scores. Clark cruises home. 11-1 Tigers here in the 9th inning. Javi Baez's 3rd hit of the day. Tiger bats exploding late.
I mean, you had to figure that it was coming. I mean, this is a team that scored 28 runs in the 3-game set against Baltimore. And so you knew they were swinging the bats good. And it just didn't seem like, hey, they can't hold this team down to 2 runs. And now the big explosion in the last 2 innings.
Foul off the foot of Ben Mulgeri. But I think the thing that, yes, he's got the social media presence and we know about the necklaces and all that. And, some opposing broadcasters made fun of him in one game in spring. We're like, you don't know Max Clark. I mean, he's a genuine person. I think he said, not everybody's going to love what you do. Do what makes you happy. In other words, be yourself. Be genuine. I think he is that. This is who he is. And his teammates, I think, in the spring, loved having him in that clubhouse.
And I was saying I couldn't wait for this moment.
0-2 up and in, 1-2 on Mulgeri, 0 for 3 tonight.
Because we got to see him and we got to meet him. We got to talk to him. We got to know him. We still don't know him extremely well, but we're going to get to know him. And it was just, it was a little bit of a struggle, but you could see the talent.
Pitch in the dirt away, 2-2 on Mulgeri.
And you couldn't wait for, okay, he got out to that great start in Toledo, then scuffled a little bit and had to work his way out of it. Now he's worked his way out of it. Now he's in the big leagues, and this is what we couldn't wait to see.
Yep.
This right here. And now he's just got to sustain it.
Fly ball, left field, hooking down the line, deep, and gone! First career home run for Ben Mulgeri. It's a night for the rookies. Wow. What a thrill. High fives Billy Boyer, the third base coach, around third. Greeted by Javi Baez at the plate. Now down into the dugout. 13-1 Tigers here in the 9th.
Dan had been saying it just when he was getting his base hits and just very quietly just had a nice average and everything, but kept getting his base hits, But you knew the power was there. You knew it was coming. And just he had to become that the good hitter first, then get that power. And got a hanging slider and didn't miss it. But you can just see him being more and more comfortable all the time at the plate. Like you had been talking about, working those at-bats, working the base on balls, getting the walks, getting his base hits. You knew the power was in there. It was just a matter of time.
Look at the rookie production in this game, Dan. Valencia with the pinch hit double. McGonigal, 2 walks and a home run plus a sacrifice fly. Max Clark has reached 4 times in his major league debut, and now Ben Walgeri reaches for the 3rd time with his first major league home run. He's been on fire since the beginning of June. Valencia's had an incredible first 20 major league at-bats. Ground ball to second base, down to a knee. McNeil fields, flips to Kurtz at first for the first out of the 9th inning.
And there's nobody warming up in the Athletic bullpen. I mean, Hubs went out there again and just said, you're going to have to wear this, stay out there a while, or
and you talk about wearing it, Dan.
Or get a position player in there.
Yeah. And this is Morales. I mean, this poor guy has had an awful, nightmarish, really, season. This is 26 runs he's allowed in 15 innings. Slider bounces to the backstop. You heard it clank off the window behind home plate. But Dan, he can't locate the fastball, and he's hung how many sliders now?
Yeah.
Dingler, Clark, Torque, Walgeri, 1-1. Fastball 98, a gift call, and I think Liberatores wanted a challenge, but he's like, you know what, 13-1. Nah.
You're right. You're exactly right.
1-2. The 1-2 is soft ground ball chopped to third base. White will field to the left and Mount throw on the run. Good play. 5-3 put out for the second out in the 9th inning. Check some scores from the 1-800-CALL SAM Studio scoreboard, brought to you by Meijer, the official grocery retailer of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Arizona beat Cleveland in Cleveland tonight, 4-1, while the White Sox were winning 6-1. So the White Sox have now opened up a 3-game lead over Cleveland. Cleveland falls to a game above the 500 mark. Minnesota was just a game behind to start play today. Fastball low and outside. Minnesota holding onto a 4-3 lead over Seattle in Seattle in the 7th inning. Ground ball softly. White again will field the big hop, moving to his left. Flips it over to first. Dylan Dingler hit a grand slam last time up. Bounces out.
You've got to be very careful where you're going, because you might not get there. But how exactly can you go from a yogi to a king through perfectos, the old professor, and pint talk? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
The rule was, can't be more than 18 inches of pine tar. Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
They might be going to call George Brett out. Well, he is. He's out. Yes, Brett is out. Look at this.
Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Hometown partner of the Detroit Tigers, and we're cheering them on every game to a winning season. Home is where your team is, and our home is right here in Detroit.
Ninth inning is brought to you by Comerica Bank. If you want to elevate your small business's game, visit Comerica.com/succeed to learn how. 2-1 game after 7. We kind of thought it wouldn't end that way. 13-1 Tigers. So we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Dan, this offense has turned explosive. 14-0 win over Baltimore. Valencia's added something to this lineup. He had 2 home runs in that game. Hayu Lee has hit .330 since the beginning of June. Fly ball deep to center field. Max Clark back to the track. He'll make a fine running catch onto the warning track. Soderstrom gave it a ride. That's 3 really hard hit balls in the space of 4 batters, but Max Clark looked very smooth going back, making the catch onto the warning track.
He did, and he never panicked. He had that ball all the way. As good as that ball was carrying, he still just used his speed, just had it all the way, just never took his eyes off of it, and made fine running play.
Ground ball softly to third. McGonigal gets around it near the bag from the grass, throws on the run. Easily gets Tommy White. 3 pitches, 2 outs, 9th inning, 13-1 Tigers. They've got the elements of a team that can win in the postseason. As AJ said, the goal 1, get back to the 500 mark and get over it. Now you can talk about being a playoff contending team. This win tonight gets them to within 6 games of the 500 mark. Butler takes fastball, strike 1. The Tigers, when they called up Max Clark for this debut tonight, they really they believe he can be an impact player. Butler swings, taps it foul right at home plate. Valencia clearly is going to add something with the bat. I don't think he's going to hit a home run every 5 at-bats. But that's clearly going to be an impact bat. He's going to get some games at DH.
You've got to respect that bat because of the power component to it. And, again, we're talking about left-handers. You throw those lefties or the opponents throw lefties, at least it gives you another opportunity to throw a good power right-handed hitter.
Cutter away. You have to be able to hit home runs in the postseason. We've talked about it a lot because it's hard to score a run on 3 straight singles. The Tigers have now hit 83 home runs their last 50 games, Dan. 83. Strike called on the outside edge. Butler challenges. He might win this challenge. The game is extended on a challenge. Tiger fans are booing. You know what, though? He should challenge.
Absolutely. These at-bats mean something to everybody. Nobody is given.
Never give away an at-bat.
And nobody, either side is.
Butler now waiting on a 2-2. Base is empty, 2 outs in the 9th. The 2-2, a little bit low from De Jesus. 3-2. Tigers relievers, and again, this has been a bullpen day. Have retired 12 in a row. 1 base runner since the 4th. The 3-2. Got him! Sinker called, 3rd strike. Tigers win. What a way to start a 9-game West Coast swing. Bullpen does a great job. 2-1 game broken open late. Max Clark has a sensational debut. Dylan Dingler hits a grand slam. Ben Malgeri his first career home run. This is a fun night at the ballpark.
Boy, I mean, it can't get any better than this tonight. Just so much to talk about and lots of confidence going into tomorrow.
Our final score, the Tigers take game 1 of a 3-game weekend series from the A's, 13-1.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build